Thinking about starting your business, but scared to waste time and money? If this is speaking to you, let's fix that. Okay. In this video, I'll walk you through how to test your business idea to make sure that it will work before you waste any time, any money, building the wrong thing. These simple steps will give you clarity, confidence, and the direction that you need. So if you're interested in learning more about that, please stay tuned. All right. So we want to make sure that we're not wasting time, we're not wasting money, okay? Because it is the coin matters, okay? The bottom line is what matters for us today. So the first thing we want to make sure is that we want to know if our business idea will actually work. Is our thoughts, is our idea, is our concept something that is going to be viable for us moving forward in the future? Especially if we're someone who already has a career and we're trying to pivot or start one, a lot of the fear can be, I don't know if what I'm thinking or if my idea is something that is viable, is something that can really work. And I work with a lot of people who have that issue, who have that problem. But luckily, you know, luckily we have mentorship, we have the internet, we have data, we have things that may make things so much easier than what was in the past. So first things first, we need to discuss why most business ideas fail in the first place. So most business ideas fail. It's not because that they're bad, it's because they weren't validated, right? We did not know, and rightfully so, a lot of us are starting out in business and entrepreneurship or have tried and have not gone successfully. We have an idea or a concept for something, but is this something that the market needs? Is this something that's going to be received well, especially when we are spending our hard-earned coin on it? Okay. But if you take the steps to validate them, you don't really have to worry about it. We can reference the lean startup method by Eric Ries. Okay. And he was saying that instead of, and I made this mistake when I first started in business, right? Sometimes you feel like, oh, if I just spend the money, if I get enough money to spend or start, I will be fine. If I spend money on all these other things, but really, what before you even do any of that, you need to know if this is something that is even worth the investment in trying to start a business. So we need to learn how to validate in 3 steps, okay? Validate in 3 simple steps. So step one, you need to ask the right people. Ask the right people. For example, if you are going into an industry, into a space, right? Even if your idea or product is something that is completely brand new, you want to research the industry and the space. So follow people, find people who are in that industry, follow them on social media, see what they're talking about, go into the comment section and see if what their clients are commenting, go into their Facebook groups and see what the problems or the solutions that people are commenting or wanting and asking for. And if your idea solves that problem, because if people are in the industry and our customers and clients are noting that either the products that they have solved a problem, or if your idea could meet some of the pain points or problems that they may need solved, then that shows likelihood that your solution and your business concept and idea is going to be great, right? Second thing is what we called build a minimum viable offer, right? So what does that mean? For some of us, that's going to be a prototype. For some of us, that's going to be a test. Now, for example, for me, right, in the space of business, all right, especially online, digital, um, I actually consult and build other brick and mortar businesses, but we'll just focus in there. When I wanted to test whether a course or a coaching or a program was needed, I went and I looked around and see in the space in the industry what was necessary as well. What I also did was I would put on mini trainings or mini workshops, right, that were free for people to sign up. And in those trainings and workshops, I would get feedback from the people who signed up, whether or not it helped them, whether or not it solved a problem, what other problems and situations will come arise. And also in the course of my business, I consult as well, and I take notes of the questions that my clients ask me, and I develop a solution for it. But the workshop was like a test. And the workshops are usually for me a test to see, okay, if these workshops are successful, then that is an indication to me that, okay, if I build a course or a product or a book or whatever I'm building around it, it will probably be successful because I already tested it out via a workshop. So that's another example of building a minimal viable offer, right? Another way that we can do this as well is we can test using AI tools now like ChatGPT, Claude, all of that. I'm very much pro AI, and I use AI throughout the course of my business. I actually have I discussed some of that in the Business Builder Blueprint, which is a complimentary training that is of no cost to you. You can sign up. The link is in the description box or bio below of where you are watching this. But I use certain prompts that are helpful, that gives me a lot of insight into using whether or not this would be something viable for people as well. Last but not least, when you're trying to validate, is you need to know how to move forward, how to know what to move forward with something, right? So you have an idea of your business idea. You went in the industry, you went online, you looked at people in the space that are already operating in your industry. You went and checked out what their clients or customers are saying on their social media, in their groups, all of that, to find some research as to, okay, what are the actual pain points, desires, what people are actually wanting, and does my idea help solve that problem, right? Then you might have made it like a mini workshop, a mini ebook, or passed out things to help people to make a mini viable idea. How to know when you move forward. Now, for me, when it comes to business and what I have seen, speed is important. The success love speed. What I have found that has led to many people's detriment is that they sit on ideas, they sit on businesses, they sit on things, and you lose momentum. Usually, when you have the idea, you need to act. Then you need to start this process of validating it, seeing it through, and then starting the business or the product or whatever it is. Because when you let too much space go away, you lose that initial momentum, and the human laziness kicks in. And by nature, we are lazy. Okay. By nature, we can be lazy. Okay. Even I sometimes can be lazy, right? But what has made me successful and what has made me launch and do a lot of products and projects and even businesses was that I moved quickly on ideas. I used the initial energy and momentum to push me forward. And that is what you need to do as well. So instead of, because I know a lot of us have a perfectionist syndrome, right? We have, we want to make something perfect. And usually that is wrapped up in, fear, that is wrapped up in, I want to do every single thing because I'm afraid nobody's going to want it. And that is something we need to work on, right? But usually, if you research your business idea, you create a freebie, you create a workshop, you create whatever it is, you pass out. If you own a bakery, or you're trying to start a bakery, or you're trying to sell cupcakes, you can pass out samples of your cupcakes at church, at a community event, at your family's events. Start doing the thing and get feedback. That's how you get feedback too. People love a free sample. Why do you think they pass them out at Sam's and Costco and Publix? Okay, every time I walk up in there, I'm trying to just focus on what oh, you want a free sample? Then I take the sample and I'm like, oh my God, I actually like it. Now I actually want to buy it. I actually, like the product, right? And they do that because they know it works. You go to Ulta, you go to Sephora, you go to these places. What do? When you're shopping and buying it, don't they give you options to buy free samples? Why? Because they know the chances are somebody's going to like the sample and realize that this is something that I actually need or the product's actually good and want it, right? I've known people who pass out samples of their food or cupcakes or bakery items at church, and people liked it and hired them to do cupcakes for like the birthday parties and things like that. So once you do that and you receive the feedback, right? Move quickly, move quickly. So we're going to do a quick recap, right? How to know when to move forward when you have validated your idea. You validate in 3 steps. The first step being that you do some research, right? You ask the right people, you look at people in the space, you find mentors or consulting. Then you put out a minimum viable, you're testing it out. You're testing to see if it works. If it's a new food product, if it's a drink, if it's a whatever, you're going to give out samples. If it's a online course, you're going to create a workshop around it. If it's, whatever it is, you're going to do one small mini step to see if this is something that's really going to pop. You're going to ask people who are in your target audience to see if this is something that they're going to need, right? And then you're going to generate interest and then move, right? But what I want you to know is that most of you guys don't move forward because you're afraid. You're afraid that it's not good, right? And this is how we're going to make sure that you don't waste time, money, and energy, and that you put actual something out there that solves a problem and a need and the market wants. And that will also, when you get your feedback from people, when you're giving out your samples or whatever it is you're creating or you're doing your research, that is going to also increase your confidence that this is something that you should move forward with. But do not sit on it, okay? Move forward with it. Now, if you need help with getting started with a business, you lack clarity on what to do, how to start, what that process looks like. If you need extra help with, okay, is my idea even good? Do I need to validate this? I have, again, this complimentary training that is no cost to you, the Business Builder Blueprint, that can be found on wewealthlearning.com. Okay. And I go through, it's about 7 modules, 15 minutes a piece. You can be done quickly. It's bite-sized, to the point, giving you actionable results, and it will help you find the clarity that you need on whether or not your business idea will work and how to practically get started with that. So if you're ready for that, the link for that is in the description box or in the bio. So what do you want from this video? I hope that this was helpful for you. Your business idea will actually work if you do these following steps. I promise you, you're letting fear hold you back. You just need to go forward and do it, okay? If you like the advice, be sure to click the like and subscribe button wherever you're watching this so you not miss a thing. I'm coming out with this content for you to help you guys get from stuck to success. And my name is Athena. I am the CPA and founder of We Wealth Learning, and I will see you in the next one.